The more I ride the Niner RIP9 RDO, the more I get used to it and the more I enjoy it. But I've always wondered what it's like to ride with carbon wheels. So what I'm going to do today is put the wheels that were on my Giant Trance 29. So these are Giant's house brand carbon wheels, and they're pretty good wheels. And I'm going to test these down here at Santos, sticking to the red trails. So if you're not familiar with Santos, the red trails are really tight, rocky. You've got a lot of just short climbs and drops, and they're really technical, and it's a good place to test carbon wheels because you're doing a lot of braking and accelerating and cornering, and those are some of the areas where carbon wheels really do well. So I've been riding for about an hour and a half down here with the Stan's Flow wheels, so now it's time to put on the carbon wheels, and I'm going to wear the GoPro on my chest and immediately start talking about the difference that I feel between the Stan's Flow alloy wheels and these carbon wheels. So the other thing that I'm curious about, other than ride quality, as far as cornering, is also if these are going to feel more harsh than the alloy wheels that I've been running on this bike. A lot of these trails are easier on a cross-country bike, but when they're really tight, these Enduro bikes, it's just a little hard to whip them around the corners. I was not in the right gear for that to start off. A pretty technical section right here. Oh, I love that stuff. More tech. I didn't have the pedals right on that one. So how do these feel? I can notice a difference for sure. The bike accelerates a little better. Not a surprise. You know, I've ridden a lot of carbon wheels in the past. I can tell it's a little bit more precise on the corners, especially that tech stuff back there. because I was having to over this stuff. I was having to really torque the bars to get around some of that slower stuff. So there's kind of downhill tight turns around the rocks. However, it's not dramatic, which is a testament to how good those Flow wheels are. The Flow wheels by Stans are the stiffest alloy wheels I've used to date. Let's do that drop. I don't feel like these carbon wheels are that harsh. I guess these giant wheels are built with a little bit of compliance to them. Some of the older giant wheels are really stiff and harsh. These aren't too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the car, put on the aluminum wheels, and then ride some of this trail again and see if I notice a difference. It's definitely a positive experience with the carbon wheels, so it's gonna come down to kind of how the aluminum wheels feel, if it's worth the upgrade to a set of carbon wheels. All right, so I'm back on the Stans Flows, which by the way also have a little bit bigger tires. So these are 2.5s. I think the Trance wheels had 2.35 in the back and maybe a 2.4 in the front. They're definitely a little bit smaller, but not significantly. All right, let's see how these feel. Yeah, right off the bat, I can tell that the carbon wheels are just a little bit more precise. You don't have quite as much control over them, but I tell you, these Stans Flow wheels are nice. At this point, I'm not sure if it's really worth changing them out for carbon, because I have to buy a set of carbon wheels. I'm not going to butcher my Trance 29. I'm going to keep those wheels on it. So I do notice that these alloy wheels are a little bit softer over bumps, and I think the harder the bump is, the more you're going to feel that. So there is an advantage of alloy wheels. Not only are they less expensive, they can be a tad more comfortable. I do feel like the carbon wheels, and that's tight on an enduro bike, I do feel like the carbon wheels are going to be faster. Like, you know, riding cross-country type trails, riding just overall as a trail bike, going up the hills. But if you're racing enduro, you're not timed on a lot of your pedaling sections. It's mainly downhill, so you're probably not near as much of at an advantage with carbon wheels like you would be on a cross-country race. So that's where I feel like carbon wheels for me are almost mandatory on a cross-country bike, because I want as much speed out of a cross-country bike as I can get, and that includes a lot of acceleration, fast cornering on tight trails. I remember the first time I tried carbon wheels on a cross-country bike, I had been using Stans Podium. And those things, those are the alloy podiums, not the new ones, years ago. And those things were like noodles. I got on a set of carbon wheels, it completely transformed the ride. So the advantage for an enduro bike or a long travel trail bike is just if you want to kind of use the bike for more cross-country type trails, maybe you're riding with faster people, I do feel like you're going to be faster. If that doesn't matter to you, then something like these Stans flows are going to be just fine. Yeah, I do feel like the carbons are a little bit more peppy on these kind of really steep, loose type climbs. Those are my thoughts on carbon wheels on an enduro style bike. What about you? Have you tried carbon wheels on an enduro bike? Comparing them to aluminum? Let me know. I really would love to know what some of y'all's experience has been on this subject. All right, I'll catch you guys, girls, in the next video. Thanks for watching.